Welcome back to Film Crate Media and my coverage of the big boy here in eastern Pennsylvania. This is part 3 of the 6-part series, Scranton to Jim Thorpe. After a nearly 2-week stay at Steamtown and a boiler wash, it was time to head back out onto the Main and finish the coast-to-coast tour. Only 3 stints remained before Philadelphia. Ed Dickens and the rest of the UP Steam team had to jockey the behemoth back to the train before leaving. The Delaware-Lackawanna Railroad and Steamtown were both prepared to send off the 4014 in style, using Delaware-Lackawanna 1776 and Steamtown's Baldwin Locomotive Works No. 26 to do so.
Far enough out of them. Sign we
During its time in Scranton, Union Pacific sent 1616, the Abraham Lincoln, to tag along for the 250th celebration in Philly. They ran down to DuPont and reversed back to Pittston to meet the 2102. The Reading and Northern once again led with the 02 until Penobscot. They then switched, and the 4014 led to Jim Thorpe. Just north of Whitehaven is Whitehaven Tunnel. The 1,700-foot-long bore was built between 1841 and 1843 by the Lehigh and Susquehanna Railroad. later part of the Central Railroad of New Jersey, and is still in use today on the Reading and Northern. It's very humid this afternoon, so there's a thick fog that formed inside the tunnel where the air is cooler. Watch as the big boy forces the fog out as it moves through the tunnel.
Can you pass me our coin? Are you allowed to pass?
The 4014 was built in 1941 by the American Locomotive Works in Schenectady, New York, using designs specifically made for the Union Pacific Railroad. Originally going to be called the Wasatch class, an unnamed employee at the Alco plant chalked Big Boy on the smoke box of the first locomotive, number 4000. The name stuck. As built, this 4884 articulated monster was on borrowed time. After World War II, diesels became more powerful and were cheaper to operate. The Big Boy pulled its last mainline train in July 1959, but fires were still kept hot and the engines were on standby for another 4 years before the last one went cold. For decades, it was thought impossible and impractical to revive one of the 8 surviving Big Boys. That is until July 2013, when Union Pacific announced that they were going to restore 4014 to operating condition. Thanks to Ed Dickens and the rest of the Union Pacific Steam Team, the project was officially completed in May 2019, and the world once again had an operational Big Boy for the first time in 57 years. It's also only the second 4000 class to be converted to oil. Until 4014's restoration, only 4005 was briefly converted to oil. They chose to burn number 5 fuel oil, Bunker B, for a cleaner exhaust, no ash, and easier logistics while refueling. Now in 2026, for the first time since 1941, it left the Union Pacific system and headed east. From Illinois through Indiana, Ohio, and its birth state of New York, and south to New Territory, Pennsylvania, and on the nation's birthday, July 4th, the birthplace of the nation, Philadelphia. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time here on Film Crate Media.